I woke up this morning and I thought, you know what? There's probably going to be so many things that are going to be out there. I thought yesterday, probably said my final thing on it, went through all the propaganda that's going to be out there. If I was to wade back into it, it would just be another round of the exact same stuff. This is an eternal conflict that has been going on for generations. I'm not on either side. I've made that abundantly clear in a few of my posts today, if you were so inclined to check them out. But you probably also noticed something else that's in there that is kind of fueling me to continue this stuff, because this is going to be in the news cycle for a long old time, and now it's being used. It's being used in order to try to get a leg up in a presidential primary that has been over even before it was announced. Like, what the hell is going on? And I already know what's going to be in the headlines tomorrow morning, and it's going to look a little bit like this. So everything I was planning on doing when it comes to moving on from this stuff, because I'm not all that interested. This is a Middle Eastern conflict that they're trying to saber rattle in order to get everybody else excited about and drag in a bunch of foreign actors and do World War III over the exact same shit World War II was blown out of proportion about. But nah, I was all well and good talking about something different, something a little bit lower stakes. And then my video from yesterday, that was doing pretty well. But I also noticed a couple of hallmarks, okay? Because it's not normal, okay? And I do videos on things that I want to discuss, okay? It might be from a whole host of topics. One day it could be sports, the other day it could be entertainment, it could be an RP topic, it could be politics. I'm fairly diverse when it comes to what I want to discuss, and not many things. If people don't want to watch it, okay, the video doesn't get that bad of views or anything like that, and hey man, normally it'll just blow over, because that's the beauty of doing 3 videos a day. You can go ahead and touch on a bunch of different topics. But that one video that I did debunking propaganda seemed to rub people the wrong way. Or at least some people that were out there. It was losing subs for whatever reason. Frankly, I don't care. Maybe it was just YouTube doing a scrub, which now I think about it, might actually have been the case. So then I woke up in the morning and I noticed that, subs were actually up. Ended up, being a positive day, which is a good thing. But then I also noticed that the video got struck. Not for like violence or anything like that, but for hate speech. And it's like, hate speech? I'm not taking a side. I'm not outside of going after, stupid Benaside Shapiro. There's not really anybody that I'm going after. And then I go, because now they're providing timestamps, at least when it comes to certain strikes that they give you. And they say that I incited hate speech. By what? Reading a transcript of the interview of the primary source of that 40B-headed baby story. So I'll be touching more on that tomorrow. I've had to deal with that today, and that, coupled with a couple of other things going on in real life, has led to this video coming out exceedingly late in the day. My apologies. That's the way that the fucking ball bounces sometimes. So no, tomorrow, I'm going to be going deep, because that story, oh boy howdy, is that one looking like egg on everybody's face right now who ran with that, and the perfect target for all that ire, all of those Daily Wire guys. Oh boy, because the moment that I put Ben Shapiro's stupid warmongering neocon mug on the thumbnail, that one, out of the 4 videos that I've done on the subject, and 4 that have been released right now, that's the one that gets hit with a hate speech strike, which was totally automated. That's what I appealed for. And then I ended up getting my appeal, by the way. I'll do more in depth and I'll show you some receipts here tomorrow. But yeah, it gets appealed, and then it's up for a half an hour, and then it gets struck again, and then the appeal gets denied. So I end up taking a strike on something that was appealed by a human, and then got struck again by a robot, and then upheld by a different human. Like, what are we doing here? At the exact same spot, by the way. But like I said, I'll dive into that more tomorrow, because I got some theories. But this whole Trump being taken out of context gimmick, I know that it's going to dominate the headlines tomorrow morning when everybody wakes up. Oh, Trump's out there and he's finally breaking his silence on what's going on in the Middle East. No, he kind of condemned violence, back in the cut over the weekend when all of this stuff popped off. And he was out there, I think, in Iowa or something like that. But he's delivering a speech. He did earlier tonight. And, well, he got into some very pointed criticism, like how Benjamin Netanyahu may or may not have facilitated all of this stuff happening. Says that, Netanyahu is responsible for the intelligence failure, which, everybody can kind of see. And we're also starting to see reports that, perhaps the Mossad They more than likely knew about what was going on and using this as a justification to just totally rewrite the borders in Israel. Just saying, man. That's definitely what's coming out right now. So, and Trump was also talking smack about Netanyahu, maybe being the driving force in order for Trump, doing the one thing that, pretty much everybody who was a Trump supporter during his first term is like, that's kind of neocon-y in war hockey. It's really out of your style. Why did you do that? Everybody just kind of chalked it up to the game that, he had Bolton around at the time being one of his advisors. And it's like, okay, you're getting a little neocon-y for our liking. It's like it's just a one thing, and yeah, you probably got a guy who's, the world is probably in a better place now that he's off of it. But if you do anything more than that, yeah, we're gonna call you out as the Bushite that you're purporting yourself to be. But thankfully, that was the one and the only case. That was Qasem Soleimani, the Iranian general that ended up getting drone strike like that. Well, the media loved Trump for that. That was one of the very few times where Trump actually got praise, and he was acting so presidential by drone striking people in the Middle East. Weird. You guys are kind of playing your hand, but nobody was really paying attention to that at the time. I remember a very good video by Razorfist when he pointed that out as well. And yeah, I would definitely encourage you guys, if you want to go cast your mind back to a time prior to when I was making videos, but Razor was definitely talking about it. And it's like, it's very out of character. Everybody kind of agrees to that. But it also looks like Trump was led astray by our greatest ally. Okay, so he was talking about that in a much longer form clip. It was about a 5-minute long clip there. But no. He brings up that Israel was out there instigating for this drone strike. And well, Jack Posobiec, who's been doing very good jobs at cultivating and curating all of the information coming out of this conflict going on right now and presenting it in a very unbiased way for all of the conservative talking heads that are just outed themselves as being neocon warmongers. Posobiec kept a very level head about this, probably about the best one to do it. And well, he provides a receipt from earlier in March when he was talking about that exact Qasem Soleimani U.S. drone strike. Okay, so he got some information back in the cut. The Soleimani strike was originally meant to be a U.S.-Israeli operation. Yeah, okay, that totally makes sense. And who does Israel badly? If you just take a look at the Project for a New America. No, it's called Project for a New American Century. Okay, if you take a look at that document, of the seven or eight nations that are listed, Iran is right there, and it's right close to the one of those top spots right up there that Israel has a problem with. Okay, so it totally makes sense that they want to have this joint op, but then at the last second, Israel decided it's probably not in our best interest to be a part of this. But you guys go ahead, that'd be really great, that would really, you definitely have a favor from us, okay? You get this one, we'll help you out with the next one. Trump gave the order to continue the operation per senior Trump White House official. So yeah, Trump got left holding the bag as to why now he's voicing his cultivated distrust of Netanyahu. Okay, yeah, so here's this report back in March that Israel pulled out of the Soleimani strike at the last minute. Trump told this story for the first time. Yeah, that was on stage as well. But then also Trump was talking about Netanyahu. A few months ago, Trump told me that he would never forget that Netanyahu congratulated Biden, even as votes were still being counted. And here's the tweet that got sent out after somebody was said, excuse me, this is false. Netanyahu congratulated Biden almost a week after the election. Well, you can take a look at the post. It was sent on the day, November 8th. And when was the election in 2020? All right. November 8th. Oh, okay. Congratulations, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. Yeah, when nothing was even announced yet. What was that, Saturday or Sunday when it was officially announced that Joe Biden won in 2020? So, yeah, Netanyahu, one of the first people to go ahead and say, Joe, we've had a long and formal relationship for nearly 40 years, and I know is a great friend of Israel. I look forward to working with both of you to further strengthen our special alliance between U.S. and Israel. Yeah, so wishing them congratulations, that entire ticket. Yeah, kind of seems like Trump, well, we kind of know that Trump has a very, very, very long memory, okay, when it comes to people that have wronged him. And well, Netanyahu's definitely on that list, but another person who's probably going to end up taking that top spot Yeah, it's going to be Ron DeSantis, because this dude right here just absolutely and totally tanked any lingering credibility that he might have had. Not saying that he had very much, but this right here, on top of the AI-generated images that he was using in order to try to trump up, for lack of a better term, his relationship with Fauci, just go out and just basically lie about everything that Trump was doing in regards to COVID. You didn't fire Fauci. You shut down the country. Things that, Trump as president couldn't actually do, and then lie about his own track record. Oh, we didn't lock down Florida for that long, and I got rid of my own Fauci. Well, it's like both of those things are easily verifiably wrong, but here he is again, just hoping to do some old headline rigging when it comes to this in order to hijack things by saying that Trump praises Hezbollah. Trump went out there and praised a terrorist organization. Are you fucking retarded? Do you think anybody's going to buy this? Well, of course, the Never Trumpers, which is now officially the Ron DeSantis swamp that's around him, and all of mass media. So yeah, this is going to be headline news tomorrow, by the way, calling the Iran-backed terror group very smart in the hours after they attacked Israel. Well, what have they clipped here? Okay, so, this looks like it's just directly out of his speech that he's given down there in Florida, in Ron's backyard. He even decides to praise terrorists. Oh my God.
And then 2 nights ago, I read all of Biden's security people. Can you imagine?
Could you imagine?
National defense people.
I don't know.
And they said, gee, I hope Hezbollah doesn't attack from the north.
Yeah.
Because that's...
Whoopsie-daisy, folks. That's exactly what happened. You sounded awfully raspy, Don. You gotta blow your nose a little bit.
the most vulnerable spot. I said, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Hezbollah is very smart. They're all very smart.
Yes.
The press doesn't like when they say it.
Yes.
I said that President Xi of China, 1.4 billion people, he controls it with an iron fist. I said, he's a very smart man.
Smart.
They killed me the next day. I said he was smart. What am I going to say? But Hezbollah, they're very smart.
Yeah.
And they have a national defense minister or somebody saying, I hope Hezbollah doesn't attack us from the north. Mm-hmm. So the following morning they attacked.
Yeah.
They might not have been doing it, but if you listen to this jerk, you would attack from the north because he said that's our weak spot. And
Wow, yeah. They even included the little anecdote where I know the media is just going to end up taking me out of context, just like I said that, Xi Jinping,
He's a very smart guy. He's a very knowledgeable guy. He's a tactician. How could you be in power for as long as Xi has been? Or even, the little rocket man, he's up there. He's the leader of North Korea. And I went over there. I was the first president to go actually into Pyongyang. It's a very nice place. And, we had a very lovely relationship. A lot of people tell me that nobody else could have had that relationship with him. But I managed to do that, okay? And I said that he's smart because you know what he is.
and I would rather, okay, and this has been a sentiment that has been echoed by many other people as well, that I would rather have the head of state believe the enemy, which Hezbollah, okay, and Hamas, very much the enemies, okay? Those motherfuckers are terrorists, okay? The ones that go out there and commit the atrocities, yeah, I don't support them. Yeah, but imagine that, right, YouTube? Okay, let me make that crystal fucking clear, because apparently you can't get that through your fucking cybernetic skull. I don't support terrorists, nor does anybody watching this video. Got it good? Okay, cool, fantastic. We can move the fuck along. But when you're trying to use that speech right there, okay, that little snippet where even if you just listen to the clip that they clipped out of the larger speech, doesn't even sound that bad. He's like, okay, cool. You've got a group, okay? You've got a sophisticated organization of, goat fuckers that are over there that are just more than willing to, enact horrific violence in order to get their way. Okay, cool. Would you rather downplay their intelligence? Would you rather think of them as just bumbling goat fuckers? Or would you rather think of them as a sophisticated group that needs to be taken seriously? I would much rather consider the latter, but Ron DeSantis is out here just trying to think of the prior because he wants to be, the morally superior one in the group. And here's his official statement on the clip itself. Terrorists have murdered at least 1,200 Israelis and 22 Americans are holding more hostage. So it is absurd that anyone, much less someone running for president, would choose now to attack our friend and our greatest ally. Right, Ron? Good job. Good. Go and fucking put on the little hat and go kiss the wall, you bitch. It's not like you're going to have anything else to do for the next fucking 4 years, much less praise Hezbollah terrorists is very smart. Yo, man, your credibility is fucking shot, stupid. You can even see everything just spinning like a slot machine down there. As president, I will stand with Israel. What are you, running for president of Israel, you absolute fucking sped? Yo. But here's the actual clip. Okay, here's what Trump was talking about. The DeSantis campaign exploited the slaughter of Jewish children. How can anyone ever forget this? Yeah, exactly. They were another group that ended up running with the 40 beheaded children narrative, which I can't wait to sink my teeth into. Not the 40 beheaded kids, because they don't exist. It never fucking existed. It's just like that dump truck, but the dump truck full of kids that were burnt alive. How do you even know if they were alive when they were burnt? And wow, those are awfully 5.5 foot to 6 foot long corpses that you have right there that you can't tell whether or not they're people. But you know what? Hey, I'll take it at face value that those are corpses. It's just, is it going to end up being like another one of those things where it's, those kids that are in cages, why would those evil Palestinians do that, and then just run it back? Oh wait, those were on the Israeli side, and those are Palestinian kids that are in cages. Oh yeah, no, and then just drop that narrative. It's so funny. I haven't seen any women that are in the back of Isuzu pickup trucks being exploited by Hamas, even though they're still committing a whole bunch of terrorist attacks, I'm sure. It's also funny that Ron also didn't want to point out how many people in Gaza have been killed by the incessant bombing that the IDF has been carrying out, but they don't matter because, hey man, it's like, as much as the neocons want to be the world police, they don't really care about innocents, just the ones that are our greatest ally. But Trump's full, unedited remarks on Hezbollah that are on DeSantis' war room took out of context. You can clearly see that Trump is mocking Biden's failed foreign policy and his national security team disclosing Israel's vulnerabilities.
The $6 billion was a tremendous amount of money, but nothing compared to the hundreds of billions of dollars that Biden allowed them to make in oil and other things.
Exactly.
Hundreds of billions. They became a rich nation.
Exactly, when they decided that they need to start sanctioning people. And sanctions, they don't work. A lot of people say that they do work, but tell me when once it has actually been successful. It's never been successful before, okay? It only ends up just hurting the people. They can't buy this stuff anymore. We want people to buy our stuff, not from places like Iran. Iran, they got a lot of oil, and they're more than willing to do business with a lot of shady people. Okay, maybe that's what Joe wants to do business with shady people. We got an entire laptop full of evidence where he's just dealing with shady people. But no. Now Iran is out there just selling their oil to everyone. That's what he does. On top of that $6 billion that they unfroze. But why is Qatar hanging on to a lot of it? I don't know. That's what they tell me.
In 3 years. That's why they're doing this. They have so much money. They don't know what to do with it. They had no money. They were broke.
Yes.
And then there was the inevitable attack 4 days later, which I predicted.
Oh, there we go. I predicted.
And then 2 nights ago, I read all of Biden's security people. Can you imagine? National defense people.
Unbelievable.
And they said, gee, I hope Hezbollah doesn't attack from the north. Because...
And then it ends up getting into the clip that we watched before. Wow, Ron, like, I didn't think much of you anymore after all of your surrogates went out and started attacking everybody, misrepresenting Trump, what he accomplished, and also his policies in general. And then I lost even more respect from you when it came to putting out those AI-generated campaign videos. And now, well, I used to just defend you as being like a really good governor. It's like you were at least good for Florida. Now I'd really have to run it back and see all the policies that are right there, because I can't believe anything that you're saying. If you're willing to go ahead and blatantly lie about the opposition like that, how can I take anything that you say seriously? This is absolutely absurd. This is about as bad of the propaganda as anything else that you're seeing out of Israel right now. I don't know what is real. The only thing that I do know when it comes to this conflict is everybody's using it when it comes to making definitive stances. Okay, there are some unbiased people that are just putting the shit out there. They're just all using it for their gain, for moral grandstanding purposes, and then also to drive up in daily wire subscriptions. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.